Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
Levesque did a lot of talking today. Got a lot of people, basically just saying the obvious. We're not. It was almost weird. It's like the reality is that they're not there to have great matches. They're there to tell stories, which is what he said. But I don't know that I would have said it the way he did.
Well, the way he said it was weird. He wasn't saying they don't want good matches. Because obviously, if you watch the show, he wants good matches. But he said he doesn't specifically book just to have a good match. Like, he doesn't say, okay, well, these guys will have a good match, so I'm going to book to get to that good match. He's just booking to tell stories.
But what about Dragunov?
Hopefully the matches are great.
But Dragunov and Nathan Frazier had no story, and it was just booked to have a good match.
Well, I mean, I think he's saying in general, like, obviously the whole idea with the United States Open Challenge is to have a banger every week. Like, ever since Sammy won the belt, like, that's the whole point. You're just going to have a great match every week.
Yeah.
And, but in general, I felt like it was a knock at Tony Khan. Like,
well, it was.
Tony's just trying to put great matches together. And what he's saying is he ain't got no stories. He's just doing great matches. We're doing stories.
Okay, but the thing is that they do as many stories on the other show. There's if anything, AEW has too many stories. Not that they don't have stories, but there's this thing that people say that AEW doesn't do stories, that people who don't watch the match, they all repeat to each other, and it becomes like this thing. They don't do any stories like WWE. It's like, all they do is stories. It's like, are the stories all? They do so many stories. That's they lose track, which WWE does as well. At times they lose track too. But it's like, I think that's when he said that, I thought that's exactly what it is. It's a knock because I'm a booker and Tony Khan just puts these matches together with no story. But on every pay-per-view, virtually every match has a story. And so it's like, that's like, and it's not like they're doing 5-match pay-per-views like WWE. So it's kind of like, but it is things people say, because I sometimes people will go to me and just go, they don't do any stories, and I go, well, I know you don't watch the TV, because that's all they do, and they do so many that nobody can keep track, which is not a good thing, but it's what they do. But like the one thing you can't say in AEW is that they don't do stories. Do they do stories trying to? Is there a greater emphasis in AEW on having great matches than in WWE? Yes, but they both try to have good matches. But with AEW, it's more of a prerequisite. But also AEW's talent is more conducive to having good matches, and their the style that they work is more conducive to having good matches. I mean, WWE still has that mentality of this is how you work. You know what I mean? While the rest of, it's the same thing Vince had, I remember in the 90s, this is how you work. And WCW just passed them by because, they didn't have, this is, there's only one way. It's our way. We're the best, and the problem with that mentality is that, as in the 90s, the rest of the world surpassed you. And here, I mean, they are the number one company. They're not going to be surpassed business-wise because they're just so big. But as far as, like, the product, I mean, WWE doesn't have the best product in the world this year by any means. I mean, obviously they don't have the best matches, but they don't have the best product. But, they are in their thing of, nobody knows how to do it better than us, and we're the masters at this game, and, that's their mentality. And look, they've had 2 years of real freaking great success, almost 3 years actually now, of really great success. So they have the right to say that. But at the same time, the bloom is off the rose there. It's not, they're not at the peak anymore. They're still good. Their business is good, but they're not at the peak anymore. And, you see people like more and more, dissing, and probably more than they should. People going like, oh, they'll look at that. They finally got a good crowd for them on Friday night, where they did 4,200 people for a TV taping, which is unheard of in Salt Lake City. But, that's not really indicative of anything, number one. You can go to Europe and you can do shows in the same building 2 straight nights, and you could go to New York and do it. Obviously, Salt Lake City, you can't do 2 straight nights. They proved that. And, that was more of a mistake of, misjudging the market. It's not that they're cold. It's like a lot of places right now, if you did a Friday night and a Saturday night, it'd be tough. Even Atlanta, they really didn't, they did those 3 shows, and that didn't really turn out so well either. The Goldberg one didn't, I don't think it sold out. The women's show, they had a paper like crazy. So it's like, multiple, with AEW, at least when they're doing 2 shows in the market, like they're doing in Houston this week, they're in a 1,500 seat building. So, they'll pack them, but it's not like they're booking a 10,000 seat building for 2 shows in the same week. Because, obviously they can't even do a 10,000 seat building for anything but a pay-per-view anyway. But WWE, it's, it was a mistake booking 2 nights in Salt Lake City.
Hey, if you love this clip, have I got a deal for you? WrestlingObserver.com. Do you have a commute? Do you work out at the gym? Do you like listening to audio on your headphones or your earbuds or whatever the kids use today? Well, WrestlingObserver.com will give you all the audio you'll ever need in your life. Over 15,000 audio shows. Every audio show that we have ever done, dating back to 2005, is available for subscribers at WrestlingObserver.com. Every time a new show comes out, you can podcast it directly to your phone. If you have a commute, as noted, if you go to the gym, if you like to lift weights and listen to Granny review soap operas, well, WrestlingObserver.com gets you full access to all of these shows and all of these archives. You can go back and listen to TNA reviews from 2010. You can go back and listen to reviews of every WWE pay-per-view, every big story that's ever happened in wrestling. You can get access to that at WrestlingObserver.com. Plus, full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter every week. 40,000 words of news and information in pro wrestling. Why get all your scoops off Reddit, which aren't even accurate most of the time? Go right to the source, the Wrestling Observer newsletter. You also get Observer archives dating back to 1990. So check it out today. Thousands of issues of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Tens of thousands of hours of audio. All for $12.99 per month or as low as $9.99 if you sign up for a year. You'll never run out of audio if you subscribe to WrestlingObserver.com. So head up there, check it out today, and I'll talk to you again after a while.